Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari SF-25 has suddenly found itself at the epicenter of an intensive FIA probe, and the revelations emerging have created ripples of concern throughout the Formula One paddock. When Ferrari believed they had finally gained momentum through back-to-back podium finishes and renewed purpose, the governing body delivered a devastating blow. Confidential technical data surfacing after the Barcelona race sparked a comprehensive examination of Hamilton's car legality with catastrophic timing. Before diving into these startling revelations, please press that like button, hit subscribe, and remain with us through the complete video because the information extends far beyond routine technical scrutiny. This development could completely transform Ferrari's strategy for the entire 2025 season while undermining Hamilton's trust in his new team. The crisis began unfolding after the Spanish Grand Prix concluded. Following established protocol, the FIA arbitrarily chose several vehicles for comprehensive post-competition analysis. Charles Leclerc's SF-25 was among selected cars, yet this examination differed significantly from standard procedures. The investigation concentrated with unusual precision on the rear brake assembly. FIA technical delegates conducted exhaustive assessment of brake torque values, hydraulic system pressure allocation, actuator performance characteristics, and integration with the car's electronic management systems. While Leclerc's machine revealed no prohibited modifications, certain anomalies were identified. Insider sources suggest data analysis highlighted concerning patterns, not regarding Leclerc's vehicle, but specifically relating to Hamilton's car performance. The governing body detected irregularities in brake pressure application during crucial racing moments. Although these variations weren't necessarily performance-boosting violations, they were sufficiently irregular to warrant dedicated investigation targeting Hamilton's machinery exclusively. The response was unprecedented. The FIA demanded complete telemetry information from Hamilton's SF-25 covering the previous 3 racing weekends. Technical specialists from both organizations dedicated over 48 continuous hours examining sensor readings, actuator response patterns, and brake calibration programming. The concern centers on whether Ferrari's control systems might process driver inputs optimizing performance under specific circumstances, potentially approaching regulatory boundaries. This is where the situation becomes genuinely alarming. The intensive examination allegedly revealed Hamilton's vehicle operated using a subtly altered rear brake management system, distinct from Leclerc's configuration and specifically adapted to complement Hamilton's unique driving characteristics. Though technically within regulations, the FIA questions whether such customization violates sporting regulations regarding driver parity and uniform vehicle specifications. Tension mounts within Hamilton's inner circle. Ferrari garage insiders report Lewis was completely unaware of the pending investigation. Subsequently, he insisted on complete openness from the technical department and requested comprehensive analysis confirming whether these modifications were implemented without appropriate authorization. Sources suggest Hamilton feels deeply frustrated. This situation contradicts his expectations when joining Ferrari. Following his difficult Mercedes departure, he anticipated a fresh beginning and collaborative environment with the Italian team. Instead, he discovers himself embroiled in regulatory controversy. Ferrari management works frantically addressing the crisis. Fred Vasseur allegedly organized urgent technical conferences involving senior engineers and regulatory compliance specialists. Their mission encompasses 2 critical objectives. First, convincing the FIA no unauthorized performance advantages were obtained, and second, ensuring both drivers operate with identical vehicle parameters for the upcoming Canadian Grand Prix. The timing presents enormous challenges. Montreal requires complete confidence in braking performance. Consider the demanding hairpin at turn 10 or high-velocity chicane sections, severely penalizing miscalculation. Should Ferrari be compelled to modify Hamilton's brake calibration, it could completely disrupt his driving rhythm, strategic planning, and tire management approach. Additionally, Ferrari currently trails McLaren by approximately 200 points in constructors' standing. Another significant setback might definitively eliminate their championship aspirations for 2025. However, consequences extend beyond the Canadian race weekend. The FIA's determination could establish important precedents for interpreting driver-specific vehicle configurations within existing regulations. If ruled illegal, Ferrari might face significant penalties or be required to implement standardized setups, restricting individual driver optimization. This would affect Hamilton's competitive prospects and could fundamentally alter how racing teams approach car development strategies. Political ramifications within Ferrari are equally concerning. Reports suggest two competing philosophies emerging at Maranello headquarters. One faction advocates maximizing every regulatory advantage to remain competitive with Red Bull and McLaren. The opposing group, aligned with Hamilton's interests, worries such aggressive tactics cause the dual disqualification in China and might prove more costly over time. The FIA demonstrates no intention of retreating. Officials suggested additional inspections throughout the Canadian Grand Prix weekend are probable. Extended testing of braking mechanisms, software management systems, and torque measurement devices is anticipated. Any discovered inconsistency could force Ferrari to justify their actions before race stewards again. This leaves everyone in an extremely precarious position. A storied racing organization operates under intense scrutiny unlike any previous period. A 7-time world champion who sacrificed Mercedes security to pursue his Ferrari dream now demands transparency, responsibility, and confidence in his team. Meanwhile, the FIA continues thorough examination of Ferrari's technical systems, seeking complete regulatory adherence. Anxiety permeates the Maranello facility. What initially appeared as routine post-race verification evolved into comprehensive internal evaluation. Engineering staff analyze data extensively. Senior technical leadership faces difficult questions, and extreme urgency exists throughout the organization. This situation transcended purely technical concerns to become a fundamental question of trust, transparency, and Ferrari's ability to compete effectively without descending into organizational chaos. For Hamilton personally, this investigation represents more than administrative inconvenience. It constitutes a crucial test of faith in the team. His Ferrari move wasn't simply about racing, but creating something legendary and restoring the team's former greatness. Now, facing rumors of preferential treatment, regulatory violations, and potential vehicle modifications before a critical race weekend, his vision faces serious jeopardy. Without Ferrari providing confidence in both car performance and operational integrity, psychological damage could exceed any technical sanctions. As the Canadian Grand Prix weekend approaches, the entire motorsport community observes intently. Competing teams, media commentators, and global fans await not only the FIA's conclusions, but Ferrari's response under pressure. Will they successfully adapt, maintain stability, and emerge stronger? Or will internal divisions worsen, creating errors, distrust, and wasted opportunities? This story continues developing. With additional FIA oversight threatening, potential setup modifications looming, and Hamilton's confidence wavering, approaching days will either define Ferrari's season positively or cause complete collapse. Keep watching this channel, like our content, subscribe immediately, and activate notifications because next developments promise extraordinary drama. Whatever unfolds will impact not just Ferrari, but could completely alter 2025 championship dynamics and influence the sport for years ahead. You definitely cannot afford to miss what happens next.